Okay guys, so we finished our apex connection detail. So now what we're going to do is move on to our knee or our haunch detail. Just while we're here, I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit. But again, when we come to our elevations, we will tidy all this up a lot better. But just really quick for now. And that will be okay for now. So what I need to do is create another call out around the area or the connection that I'm looking at. So view, call out, and around here. I'll just spin this to the other side, select it, right click, go to view, okay, or you can come through the project browser and come to our section 1, call out 1. Okay. Change the scale 1 to 20. Detail level to fine. Graphic display to shaded. Now, all I'm interested in here is my haunch, so my connection, my column, and my rafter. My fly brace and the purlin connections I'm not interested in at the moment. So I will select them. You can do this again, you can do it from your visibility graphics. Okay, you don't have to do it this way. You can go VV or VG and go through them. But I'm just going to select everything that I don't want in here, right click, hide in view, elements, and that will hide them all. Okay, so I'll move my annotation crop a bit further out because again, I'm not sure how much room I'm going to use. And I will just hide this internal or the entire crop region. Okay, so crop region visible, untick, apply. So what I need to do is I need to put in my annotations and my break lines. So I'll put in my break lines first. So annotate, component, detail component, rotate after placement. Because we've already used them before, they will be here. Alright, if not, we can pick the other things. But break line's what we want. So that's where it's sitting. And now I'm just going to rotate it by 90. You can see these blue dotted boxes with the way that it's spinning. Okay, so there's one. There's my first one. Now I'll just move this around. And all I'm doing here, these little arrows, alright, just alter the actual break line itself. So all I'm doing here is making it look a bit more proportional to the size of the rest of our detail. Okay. So that's okay there. I need one more down here. So annotate, detail component, rotate after placement there. I reckon that way. Awesome. So move it down, and again, just proportionate to the rest of everything. Yeah, that will be okay. So, okay, now we can start our actual detailing. So I'll do it from my annotate text this time. Again, you can use your structural tags, create families, and everything else. We will do bits of them in our concrete and a bit more in the rest of our detailing. But for now, annotate text. This here is my rafter, which is R1, all in capitals, R1. This here is a secondary rafter, which is R2. Okay, remember this here, and the purpose for it was to hold our roof sheets. In our column, C1, okay, we will have C1 and C2 because we have two different column types within this project. So just selecting my current annotations, and I'm just going to make these labels a bit bigger. Okay, that way we can see them quite easily, and they'll stand out a bit more to the rest of it, because all of these will appear in our schedule. And I'm just going to center this one. Okay, now we can put in center lines as well, and we have a symbol for a center line. Okay, but we can worry about that a bit later. So first things first, I'm going to put in my cap plate detail. So hover over it, go tab, select it, and what I can see is my thickness of my cap plate is 12 millimeters. So annotate text, I'll type over here. So I have a 12 millimeter cap plate. Okay, move the text a little bit away, put in my leader. All right, this is the element that I'm looking at. There's this one here. Okay, so that's my 12 millimeter cap plate. My end plate here is 25 millimeters. Okay, and my bolts are 24 millimeters. Okay, so text or TX on the keyboard. Now I have a 25 millimeter plate. I hit enter to drop another line, just like on Word. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on both sides. So I have 8 M24 bolts, and these are 8.8, so high tensile strength bolts, snug fit, and they are bolts. Now we do have a weld running on this side as well, which we can specify here, but again, they will be incorporated under our notes. Our general notes will determine the type of weld that's there. Okay, so that will sit there. Oh, sorry, that's not overly good. I'll just move this one over a little bit. Okay, so our next detail is going to be our stiffener plates. So TX, and these are 10 millimeter stiffener plates. Okay, these will have a weld on the plates, connecting it to the web and the flange of the columns. So we could specify here an 8 millimeter fillet weld both sides, and that would be a general purpose weld. Okay, but because it's written in the notes, we have no need to. Okay, the option is there, but we don't need to because we're specifying it elsewhere on our drawings. So stiffener plates. Okay, this one here, we will need to specify the weld running from the connection to the bottom of the rafter. So text, this is going to be a 6 millimeter fillet weld that's going to be running through. This is going to be a stitch weld again, so this is going to be an intermediate fillet weld. Okay, but how we write that is IFW, and that is a general purpose weld, so GP to rafter. Okay, as you've learnt from your steel design, our GP welds are different to our SP, so our structural purpose welds. And we're going to weld 75 millimeters or 75, and then we're going to miss 300 each side. Okay, select our text. We want to add a leader, and that's going to sit here. Okay, now there's everything that has been specified here is required. and that's all good. So this will give enough information to our steel detailers to go through and produce shop drawings and costing. So I'll just rename this one here. So I'm going to rename this to our typical haunch connection detail. Okay, so that's that one all finished.